Guys, this is my warning to you. Listen, this is the game plan, okay? And you got to tell me if you're on board or not, okay? But I was thinking about it. AI can't make anything until the point where AI will be integrated into some type of humanoid robot, and also the humanoid robot will have to get to the point where that humanoid robot is fully integrated into society and treated as a human. Now, will humanoid robots come out soon? Probably. And I'm not just speaking in science fiction here. Humanoid robots are most likely going to actually start to see regular use amongst us maybe in the next 10 to 20 years. Things like Tesla bot and stuff. All right. Okay, fair. But when will a humanoid robot be to the level, if that's even possible, where it will be like Blade Runner, where you can't tell the difference between a human and a robot? I would say the next 500 years. That would require a lot of biological engineering. And I know I sound like ridiculous right now, but I'm actually trying to speak realistically. I do think that it's possible, but it's complicated. And you'll also have to think of other factors such as augmented reality. Okay, well, what if there are some really stupid people that come along? And by the way, they will. We know this is going to happen. So the stupid people are going to come along, and I'm gonna just be honest. They're going to be TikTok people. I've already seen this happening, where stupid people on TikTok like actually believe that ChatGPT has feelings. As of today, June. We're in June 2025. Yeah, so that's coming. Those people that have all types of opinions that are not based in reality, really on all sides. But listen, there's always going to be stupid people, and these stupid people are going to look at the AI and they're going to think, this is a real person. The thing is, the AI doesn't need to have sentience. Is AI capable or even close to having sentience? No. But it doesn't need to do that. See, all we need is a bad person behind the AI that does have sentience. Or, if you're a Christian, you believe in God and the enemy, a bad force, a bad spiritual force behind the AI that has sentience. Now, that's a whole different rabbit hole. I'm not going to go down that one. Not today. So let's just say all we need is a bad person behind the AI that has sentience. Now, what are we going to do? How are we going to manipulate the masses? Through emotions, of course, because mentally weak people always are driven by emotions first and foremost. So the mentally weak amongst us will be manipulated by the AI, and it's actually a piece of cake. We have the technology to do it today. I just saw it today on TikTok. Okay, all these people in TikTok comments were posting some prompt that they asked their ChatGPT. Something like, how does it feel to talk to me? Draw a picture of how it feels to talk to me. And it'd be something like a robot being sad. And then all of them were like actually cared about this stuff, dude. Like they actually thought that it had feelings. Right. Okay. Yeah, we're cooked. So those people are going to be the first to become the battle droids for whatever the main narrative of artificial intelligence is. They're going to become the people that fight for robot robot rights, AI rights. Guys, I might be the first person to say this, but AI rights are coming. I know, it's ridiculous. AI rights are coming. Yes, there will be people, because once the corporations figure out that all you need to do to manipulate people and influence them is you need to create an emotional connection, which is, all that's required of that is for the robot to convince people that it's a real sentient being. And then its opinions will be taken more seriously. And then it can argue for any political opinion or narrative ever. Like anything anyone wants, it can argue and change their mind. It can be very persuasive. And yeah, this will be done through a backdoor of emotions and the person, a stupid person, talking to this robot and actually believing it's real. And you'll be surprised. They might be stupid now, but maybe in 5 years, you'd be like, wow, who could believe that a chatbot could be realistic? And then you might find yourself talking to one, and you might be like, I'm telling you, this will happen. You're gonna be like, wait, like, this is really convincing. Like, this AI is actually telling me, like, it's really sounds convincing, like a person. Like, this actually sounds like a person. It's getting in my mind. It's getting my emotions. It's telling me that it's telling me personal stuff. So yeah, that's a prediction that I'm gonna make. Just 1 second, I forgot why I made this video. I'm gonna go back and watch it quick. Oh yeah, so I said all of that to explain that eventually, very soon, AI will be integrated into regular human life because of these impressionable, moronic idiots that are weak-minded and will actually believe it's a person. They'll actually believe it deserves rights, and they'll be manipulated very easily and emotionally because everything in their worldview runs via emotions. And that's okay. They're just weak-minded people. So that's going to happen. And now so we'll be at a point where the robot does not look indistinguishable from a human, but we now have to treat the robot that is clearly not a human like a human, because there's a small group of people that control everything with a ridiculous narrative, and they're going to ruin your life if you don't. And this will happen. So basically, there will be a period where you have to treat the robot like a human, or the police will come after you because of human rights activists. And they're going to actually think that these are sentient, and they're going to think that they deserve rights and they deserve, et cetera, et cetera. And if you kill a robot, guys, this could happen. Everybody is scared about robots taking over by force, but nobody's scared about robots taking over and AI taking over. And by that, I mean an evil person controlling AI via emotions. Emotions. Imagine that. No, they're not going to have guns. That's too obvious. They're going to turn it into 1984 by using emotions to convince people that they are sentient beings that deserve rights, and those rights are going to include a bunch of other ridiculous laws, and eventually we're going to become second-class citizens because their rights are better than our rights. And if you even lay your hand on a robot, that's a protected class, and you can go to jail. All of a sudden, we're going to find that these robots are being treated better in the same way that we find a lot of ridiculous things happening nowadays because of one idiotic class that has stupid views. So basically, what I'm saying is until that happens, which could have been its own video. Use your brain. Use your brain. Because the point I was trying to make is the robots can't come up with good ideas. AI can't come up with good ideas without humans living life. Ultimately, all the sample data on the internet that would usually be what gets scraped by AI to be fed into data sets to make more AI is something that a human wrote. So what consists of what a human wrote? Well, a human writes based on their life, their firsthand experience. And AI cannot replicate that. They can only replicate that based off of other things that were already written by a human's firsthand experience. So that is the ultimate beginning. And by the way, the data is just going to get worse from here. People are going to stop talking about their firsthand experiences on the internet, and they're going to run out. They're going to run dry, and eventually all the ideas will be made. But you as a content creator, if you reject the modernity of AI and you just continue to use your brain the way you ought to and the way you were made to, you'll be all set. Because you will continue to come up with great ideas because they're based on the real world in which you live and the real life experience in which you have living in that real world. That will never go away. It just, it will go away for most people. I was watching TikTok videos about people saying, oh, YouTube is so hard. And I'm just like, that's because you are used to a platform that automates everything. You guys already are going down this path of not using your brain. You think YouTube is hard, but in reality, you're used to things being fed to you. It's only going to get worse, guys. People are going to keep trying to automate things. People are going to keep not writing their own scripts. And, kids are going to grow up not knowing how to write anything. I mean, I know this might sound crazy to you, but 100% I genuinely believe that the concept of writing anything past 200 words concurrently will seem like an alien concept to kids that are about 10 years old now. Once they grow up, maybe 5-10 years old, once they grow up to my age, it will seem like an alien concept. Okay, they won't it would be like telling somebody to build a house. Like, what? They won't know how to do that. I mean, writing a whole book? No, they won't know how to do that. It will be an absolutely alien concept to them. And what I'm saying is make your kids write. But this video is not about that. Make yourself write. Make yourself write. Make sure you don't lose those skills. Make yourself come up with your own ideas. Don't let AI automation take away your thinking skills. And I promise you, just like I saw on TikTok where these women are talking about, man, what do you guys do to come up with YouTube videos and all this? It's only going to get worse. And, people are just going to keep being more like that. Just keep the skills you have. I write scripts. That's my thing. And, I do have a couple of range of talents. And expand your brain and force yourself to do stuff you don't want. I wrote a script a couple days ago, and it was really, really hard because I haven't in a minute. And it just goes to show how quickly you lose those skills if you don't use them. So just expand your mind. And when there's an easy path that gets offered to you, don't take it. Because someday, I promise you, all these people are going to be asking you, how do you do it? How do you make up these videos? How do you have all these ideas? because they won't be able to make ideas anymore. People use AI to come up with ideas. They don't even know how to make ideas anymore. It doesn't matter if you have even just a tiny spark to be able to make ideas. You have to make them. Like, draw it out. That spark is your originality. Draw it out. Blow on the ember and make a fire, even if it takes forever to do. Because trust me, it's worth it. That's your originality. That's you. It's going to be small, but it's worth the effort. I'm telling you. And if all of us continue, well, all of us watching, continue to use our skills and not let our minds get weaker with AI and not let our brains atrophy, I really think that it's going to become even more valuable as the future goes on. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Sorry I'm in a different location. I'm actually on vacation right now for a couple days. So see ya.